sir. We live, we back, man. Welcome back to Golden Goose DFS. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. We are the leaders in single entry 3 max and 20 max content. And this is my third and goal series. Today we talking quarterbacks. 3 QBs I got my eye on that's definitely gonna be in my player pool this week. Pull up a chair, grab a seat, let's talk about it, man. Y'all know I don't like to hold you long, alright? At the top, man, your first QB. I think I'm just going back to Dak Prescott. Didn't get much of him last week. I thought it was a nice spot for the run game against the Giants. I thought Tony Pollard would finally have his breakout game. That did not happen, and I'm quickly at my wits' end, beginning to lose faith in this Tony Pollard-led rushing attack. I am a Dallas Cowboy fan, if you don't know, man. It's looking like we're a straight pass first team, and they're letting Dak get it done. And at this present moment, it's 3 QBs that I believe are just, well, 4 really, that are just pass first QBs. I mean it's five, I guess. But that's neither here nor there. The Cowboys have become a pass first team, it's looked like, and Dak gonna have to get it done. He's looked good the past few weeks. I'm going right back to him at 7,300. Even though it's another great run spot against Carolina, I'm gonna get to some Tony Pollard again this week for another time, and hopefully he don't kill me. But be that as it may, Dak is the guy. He is leading his offense. You know who to pair him with. That's what you're going to have to decipher this week. It's going to get a little expensive pairing him with CeeDee Lamb. But you can go to Jake Ferguson, give you a little salary relief at 4,600, but not much. You can play if that is probably going to be the chalkier build. If you want to get different, you can look at some Cooks or some Gallup here to try to get leverage on the higher on build of this particular stack. You're going to see a lot of Lamb and Ferguson with Dak Prescott. So you probably want to go this route, get Gallup, or go back to Cooks and just try your hand with one of those guys. Maybe leave Lamb out of it this go round. Maybe go Ferguson and Cooks. It's tough, but large field, millie maker, hey, it might be the way to go. But we definitely get to some Dak Prescott stacks. If you want to run, I don't necessarily need a run back from Carolina, but if I did, it maybe be Thielen or one of those receivers, Mingo or something like that. But don't really need a particular run back with this stack as I see it right now. Your second QB, the kid just continues to play well. I'm going to stay right there in that price range and go CJ Stroud, 7K. He's quickly showing that he belongs up in this upper tier price range with Justin Herbert and Tua. He's slowly working his way up there. He's showing week in and week out, even though I think it's against tough defenses and he's not going to do as great. He's proving me wrong. So I'm gonna play some CJ Stroud this week, 7K. And his stack could be potentially cheap if Nico Collins is ruled out once again. But if he's in, you can get to him at 6,700 and stack him with Tank Dell or Noah Brown. It's still not going to be too expensive. But if Nico Collins is out, the stack gets super cheap now. You can go Noah Brown and Tank Dell. Dalton Schultz is also in play. You can go either two of these options when you're pairing them here. My favorite of the two would probably be Dell and Schultz. But I'm perfectly fine with Noah Brown. It's not like he's that far off the list. He's like a 1B kind of guy to Dale and Schultz. I like those two, my favorite. And Nico Collins is in here. I'm definitely going to get to Nico Collins. I think people try to go like Dale and Schultz because they don't want to pay up for Nico Collins. And he hasn't had a good showing the last couple of weeks while CJ Stroud been balling. It's the other receivers. Even though he didn't play last week and the week before, he was the lowest scoring receiver. So I think people will be down on Nico Collins. Nico Collins probably be my favorite receiver to throw in this stack if he plays. All right, and you can run it back with Arizona. Myriad of options over there, and I'm gonna do some run back with him. Once you see my third and final QB, I'm going right back to Kyler Murray, man. 6,100. Price only came up $200. He looks solid running the ball. He looked good, healthy that wise. A little rusty on the passing game, missing some throws and some spots here. I expect that to improve each week with more and more reps. I'm going to stay on him early for when it does click and he has that big game. They should be playing from behind here going against these Houston Texans here. I like them. They're going to have to throw you. They had a somewhat positive game script last week. I expect them to be playing from behind early in this spot. You can see Kyler Murray throw the ball 35, 40 times, maybe even a little more, depending on how fast they get down here going to these Texans. But I like going back to Kyler Murray. You know exactly who to pair him with. It's easy breezy. I'm going right back to Marquise Brown, even though he failed his last time out. And Trey McBride, he's going to garner a lot of ownership. It's probably going to be a lot like last week. That's why I love getting Kyler Murray last week. I'm going to do it the same thing this week because Marquise Brown and Trey McBride for sure is going to garner some ownership, but nobody's really going to go to Kyler Murray. Definitely going to go back to this stack. And I just broke down the Houston side, which you can run it back with any of those receiving options. Collins, Dale, Brown. If you want to get off of Trey McBride here and go Wilson, I'm okay with that. You can go Wilson. You can go Wilson and get a little different and run it back with Schultz. So it's a bunch of ways you can stack this game. Definitely has potential to be a shootout because I think with Kyler Murray's improvement each week, the offense is only going to look better and better the more he gets a hold to it and grasp of it. I like going to this game, particular both sides of it. One of my picks for the over in this week's games. All right, there you have it, man. Your 3 QBs this week: Kyler Murray, C.J. Stroud, and Dak Prescott. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. They for sure going to be in mine. That's going to do it for us here today, man. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.